you said, a Lexus, maybe a big house. But it's much more than that. So when you discuss this with your students, do you ever ask them what is wealth to them?
Yeah, I definitely start with that question, because I think it makes it more meaningful. Like because many of my students have been conditioned to think that wealth or being rich or having money or getting money is equated with the ability to spend money and just give money to somebody else, right? So it's not about having income, being cash rich, or having resources that have value, or even having a stash of money, or having resources that actually work for you. Having investments, even if you look at it in like a financial, a strict kind of like finance-based lens, where your money is working for you, like through interest or like from investments or capital gains from investments in the stock market. It really just becomes, and I think that's due to one of the functions of like American racism and neo-colonialism. Like I think our position within this country is just to be the consumers. Yeah. So that becomes the idea of what wealth is to them. So I think they have an incorrect definition of wealth, meaning if it's how much of a consumer you can be. So I think that's a problem with a lot of us. It's not are you generating anything? Are you creating anything of value or creating anything of substance? That can help you to live more comfortably. Not just you. And then we have to talk about individualism versus collectivism. Because is the wealth being used to benefit the community, or is it being used to just benefit you as an individual? And if you're trying to benefit yourself as an individual, but the community is starving, then that's not really beneficial either, because then you contribute to this kind of instability where you have to worry about somebody knocking you over your head and taking your stuff anyway, right? So I think we also have to look at collectivism versus individualism as well in terms of what wealth is and what it should be.
Well, that what you just said about you have things and then you don't have to worry about somebody hitting you over the head. I was listening to the radio the other day, and the host was saying that a German guy was being interviewed by an American reporter, and the American reporter said to him, how do you feel about paying all these taxes? You pay more taxes than what they pay in the United States. And this German millionaire said, well, I don't mind paying the taxes because I don't want to be a rich man in a poor country. Mm-hmm. But they definitely don't think about that, here in the United States. Their thing is I want to keep paying less taxes and have more money for myself. Right. And not raise the minimum wage. I think if you're doing menial work that you really don't deserve to make more money. You don't deserve $15 an hour. I heard someone say that recently. If you're only doing menial work, you don't deserve $15 an hour.
I want to ask,
Speak up, please.
yes, regarding teaching your students about life, that everything, like you're talking about wealth, a classroom setting, because we do have those that come out, they do get degrees and are very motivated to help, community and do good, but yet they kind of let our people fall between the cracks, and you talk about the boys, and as you know, Langston Hughes talked about a dream deferred. Sometimes conflict is a necessity to learn, life, that basically we can't all, the books and everything might not teach us, even with our own, the models, even W.E. Du Bois, I think still that who was it had a good idea. Benjamin, not Ben,